Hi, hi everyone. This is Shelly Sanchez Terrell, and today we're gonna have this video is about the different types of proposals that are out there. So if some of you would like to come, you can go ahead and you can talk about um, your proposal. If you go to the question and answer, it should be right there. It disappeared, so I'm gonna have to go back and turn that on. But what I'm gonna do is go through the different threads, and I'm gonna talk about some of the proposals that are there, because one of the options you have that you could be very successful with completing the first chapter of your e-textbook is to join other participants, and that might make it easier. The other really good thing about that is if you have the same idea and the same goals, like for example you want to make it interactive, or you're doing something on listening or something like that, then you can learn from each other and solve the same kind of different problem. So when you're creating a textbook, and it's a digital textbook, because there's so many tools and it's so new, some of the things that you may want to do, you may run into problems with. So if you have more than one person, then it makes it much easier for you to problem solve those types of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we are going to, and if you just put under the Google Hangout, then I should be able to see you, and then I can invite you to come and talk about your proposal if you'd like. For now, I'll just talk about the proposal. So we'll start with the young learners. So if you are a teacher of young learners, we're going to go ahead and read those particular proposals. So I'm going to scroll down and see where we can find some of those. Okay, so we have one here from Ash Binchi. Sorry for any that I mispronounce. And he's or she wants to create an interactive ebook for young learners, and the focus is reading skills. It will be for year 4 to 6 students. They want to include board games, songs, iPad apps, and hands-on activities. So that might be one you want to join. Then we have Nancy Bailey, and she wants to create one for primary school teachers to use with their pupils age 6 to 10. So this one won't be for the students, but the teachers of young learners. The focus will be CLIL or LAC, interdisciplinary activities. I think it says for low B1 max, and it looks like it's for low Wi-Fi too as well. Biljana, she wants to write one for that the focus is musical instruments, and then it has comics and sounds to help children decide which instrument will make them the most happy. It will be in the Serbian language, but then translated to English. And Michelle Worgan is going to do a young learner book for 2nd and 3rd grade Spanish learners. And she wants more communication activities. She actually has, she's doing it based around the syllabus for Cambridge Young Learner exams, the starters. She wants to incorporate images, audio, and video. Another one is, let's see, so that was on Michelle Worgan. Let's see. Alexandra wants to make one for her 8-year-old students. Marika wants to make hers for 1.5 years. Her 4th formers, okay, who have studied English for 1.5 years. It will include fun games, songs, and different activities. Oh, okay, so Andrea wants to make one based on medieval ages for 6th graders. She'd like to make it interactive for them to enjoy a trip to the Middle Ages. It'll include projects, songs, uses, and urge other teachers to connect as well. This is actually Michelle Morgan's her outline, so we can look at that and you'll get more information. So if any of the ones for the young learners, if you're a young learner teacher, if any of these sound like interesting, then you can go and you can look at their outlines as well. So here she has the course objectives, and then she gives you, you can briefly go over it. She has her clothes, favorite foods, my town. So she has a lot of it fleshed out already, so that might be a very good option if you're still trying to think of ideas. Daniel Brown is making his with imaginative characters. So for his particular one, he'll have students, well, the theme will be, it'll be early elementary age students, and then the theme will be sentient toys, such as the Toy Story, Calvin and Hobbes, or the Velveteen Rabbit. It'll be run over a typical syllabus, and students get to choose their own toy, and they will role play this over the course of a couple chapters. It will be based on play-based learning, and in each lesson through recording and networking functions on students' smart devices. So they will have to have some mobile devices or smart devices. And now we're going to go over to the next one. So now that was the peer groups, young learners, and now we're going to go to peer group teens. Well, let's see, we have the adolescents. Oh no. Okay, so let me go ahead and get back to the adolescents, which we can always, the pre-adolescents or preteens. Okay, so over here we have and this is about 10 years old to about 13. So some of the ones that were in the other ones might have been actually wanting to be in this one. Okay, so we have Reem, and she wants to create one about grammar. So that might be something that you consider joining her for. Let's see, do we have okay, so Growing Thinkers wants to write a science story for students to get the concept of the water cycle. Ingrid wants to write one for 12 and 13-year-olds in Estonia. And it's going to involve videos, mind maps, comics, and it's going to be about the tenses because their students struggle with the tenses. Stuart is let's see, what is Stuart's doing? Okay, so he's trying to have something to supplement his textbook. He teaches in Japan, and they're 12 to 13-year-olds. It'll be mostly in English. I think you might even have listening. I think you might revolve around listening. We'll look at that later. Okay, so Jenny is creating a textbook with mini lessons and materials for a writing and reading workshop for middle school students. So, and she's particularly looking to work with somebody. She really wants to work with people. And she's looking for someone who has any specialty in Atwell, Fletcher, or Calkin's writing workshop style. So if you meet those requirements, please contact her. Nadia wants to create a picture-based ebook to introduce and reinforce grammar and vocabulary. She would like to incorporate videos. Anna wants an interactive book. Let's see. Maria here would like to create an interactive book as well that combines video, audio, and images to promote reading, writing, listening, and speaking, so all the 4 skills. Fatin would like to design her first ebook for 12 to 14-year-olds to enhance their speaking and writing. She wants it to be creative and funny activities to engage them emotionally, actively, and creatively. We have Nada, who wants to do one for 11 to 13-year-olds. Margit has 9 to 11-year-olds, and this is for first-year German language learners. And then Marlena wants to create one that is a game for the students. Where there are challenges rather than exercises, and would like to see collaboration with other classes. So that's pre-adolescence. And what I'll do is I'll chop this video so that way there's 4 different ones depending on the age group to make it easier for you. Then we have peer group teens. And here we have Talat wants to make one on academic writing for high school students. Ayat wants to, she wants to do one on grammar and make it enjoyable and have real life use. Ali wants to do one on a drama and theater textbook for high school students. And then there's one for, let's see. We have Christy, and Christy wants to do hers on World English, surpassing the barriers of cultural stereotypes, text genres, communication skills, learning strategies, and choosing themes that relate to teens and their interests. It's for Brazilian high school students. And then we have Teresa, who wants to do a one on CLIL and sheltered classrooms, which is interactive e-learning stuff. And the materials would be for upper secondary science classrooms, I think. Alini, let's see. Okay, so she did the tenses as well, and she has a Google Doc as well. Let's see. Okay, so then we have Kaylu, who wants to do one for senior high biology students. Interactive material for Form 3, Grade 8 to the NCSE Trinidad and Tobago standards. Let's see, here's Panos, who's doing an ELT ebook. We have Marie Helene, who would like to do one on environmental issues for teenagers, 15 to 16-year-olds, at a B1, B2 level. Vera is doing one for 11 to 14-year-olds about history. It will be to help them by solving a problem, so it'll be problem-based learning. And it will be a book on Serbian language. Maja wants to do one on classical music. She writes in Serbian as well. Here we have Panos is saying he wants to create A2 to B1 students, age 11 to 14. It would be based on grammar and vocabulary. It would include elements of their pop culture and teach them how to use proper grammar. Christina would like to create one on vocabulary training of the English language and focus on everyday dialogue, including slang, new words, and expressions. Lucia would like to do one with her 16 to 17-year-olds, and it is teaching literature and some history. And they have examples like Beowulf that they cover. Shane Train would like to do high school literacy and study skills. It would include plagiarism, citation, digital literacy, test-taking skills. And he's very keen with collaborating with someone else, so that could be an option. Let's see, we have one here. Hephinisha would like to incorporate ICT. And then we have Maria Jose, who wants to do ESL e-textbook for first certificate in English. And I believe, okay, do we have Teresa more? So Teresa wants to do a textbook that will assist both students and educators in the discipline of ESL, EFL. And now, finally, we have the adults. So here are their particular proposals. Fernanda wants to do one, and she is working with someone. She's working with Teresa Almeida, and they're going to both create an ebook about educational technologies for adult teacher trainers. It will be written in English, so maybe they will welcome people to join their project. Sabina, she wants to create one for lower level adult students, and she would like to add images and make it as visual and creative as possible. Beatrice would like to, she's created a wiki, but she wants to offer them something more. So basically she's going to do it for aviation English and oral communication skills. T. Herman is in Macedonia and would like to create one for EFL learners, a fun quality e-textbook. Jeannie wants to do one for adult engineers. So that's very specific. But if any of you teach these groups, this might be very good. Alfia wants to do one on spiritualism, personal growth, and development. Donna wants to do one to help with develop interpersonal skills in the workplace, and her focus is business English. Suzanne is creating an ESP textbook for high, intermediate, advanced students who are new to research, writing, and publishing. It would include things like finding adequate resources, writing introductions and abstracts, and also research papers. Tatiana would like to do one for university students majoring in journalism and various aspects of journalism. Julio would like to develop an ebook that integrates interactive media to raise the bar both ICT and English literacy among his students. He teaches at a Venezuelan university, and it's EAP, English for academic purposes. And he would like to, it's aimed at least at the A2 level. Maria, she's in South Korea, she would like to create a book about public administration and social welfare. Let's see. Evelyn, her students are 18 to 25, and she would like one to focus on academic reading, but also related to listening, speaking, and writing. Okay, and then we have, let's see, Tatiana, cultural literacy and the English language awareness for 18 and 23-year-olds. Darko, who they're working already with, he's working with Tasha, and all of them are in Serbia, and they're doing a collaborative work with 3 other colleagues. So that's really good, but maybe you can get some ideas. Joka is creating a resources book for EAP teachers to help with digital resources to improve college freshmen listening and speaking. Paula wants to create an e-textbook for adult travelers, practical English. It'll include vocabulary, expressions that non-native speakers may need at the airport. Sam would like to do a textbook that is a little bit more personal than the commercial sites. Uh, she would like to give the opportunity for students to contribute to this ebook. So if you have adult students and you want them to contribute to the ebook, then you may want to join her. Okay, Fiona wants to create one for trainees and new teachers for CPD. So continual professional development. That one's aimed at teachers. Igor wants to do one that would include activities aimed primarily at speaking skills developed as other basic communication skills in each chapter. It'll be for B2 level adults. And let's see, we have John. John would like to redo an existing intermediate writing ESL college preparation book. Natalie wants to write her ebook for law students, intermediate. Mark would like to do his for, let's see, Mark didn't say. Okay, Marina. Marina would like to use authentic materials such as TED Talks and other interesting materials to give students a springboard for activities. The focus will be on further developing listening and speaking skills. Maria wants to create one, an online book for her adult students for the resources to, for them to practice English. It would have to access, they would be able to access it from home, and it is going to be used as flip class material bank. I know that Ian here is creating a book, and it's based on mind maps. That will be the design, and it is for adult students. Miguel is doing an EAP course to librarian students from 18 to 50, and he wants to use both English and Spanish. Laura is writing a one for a composition class to first-year undergrad students, English 101. Neil is in Japan, and he is doing one to develop listening skills. He has his own scripts, and they have worksheets around them, and so he actually has, I think, his filled out already his outline as well. Hamida is doing one for words in English and other languages by brand names and picture dictionary. So she has a picture dictionary format. Okay, so Jeremiah would like to create one aimed at adult beginners. He wants a clean and simple design. Christina would like something based around conference calls and listening with lots of different accents. Let's see, this is a very large group. Tanya would like to do one for grammar ebook for teens to adults at intermediate and advanced levels. Dixie would like to do one for her juniors, and the book will be in English, and it will be focused on the School of Communications. And Fox would like to do either a tablet-based interactive book for seniors needing language skills when they travel abroad, or any kind of an adult class of educational assistance. Deborah wants to do one for business English that it focuses on improving international skills for, listening skills for international business. Annabelle Howard is doing one on drama as well, and it is specifically Macbeth, but it is using a certain method, which is OMG. the OMG method. Suanne is working on for ELT teacher training, teacher trainees. So if you would like to collaborate with that, then you can. And she's keen on having someone work for her, or work with her, and collaborate with her. So if you're into the training teachers, Walton is doing one aimed at teachers instead of students. It's a resource book of collaborative activities. Let's see, we have Ashley, who is writing an ebook for professional development of English language teachers, specifically in ICT, regarding ICT or reading skills and strategy training. Paula is doing one on elementary adult students that focuses on elementary adult students. Mondier is doing either business English or ESP. Sarah would like to do one in business and law or health sciences and speech therapy. Maria Jesus is planning hers around, it'll be written in English aimed at teachers of future teachers interested in CLIL or challenge-based learning. Okay, so hers is going to be for, Anne is doing one for Erasmus students as well as PhD students and lecturers who need help with both listening to talks and giving them. She would like to incorporate videos of talks. Let's see, Donnie would like to write hers about cooking healthy food fast and easy and make it content-based interactive material to help students practice language. So if you're into cooking and you teach adults, that might be a very interesting book to go for. And Christina is doing another one. It's focused on communication skills and adult English language learners. Simona would like to do one that is in HR or marketing. Okay, so let's see if we have any more. Let's see here. Marina wants to use sites like TED Talks for her university students. Eva wants to do one where they practice speaking skills and use some fun activities they can enjoy. Yelena would like to do one for human resource management. So there's a few that interlapped here. So hopefully if you're listening to this then and you have seen some of these, you can see that some of these interlap, and then you can maybe collaborate from this as well. And what, let's see, Heather is doing one on blogging with students. And so it will be with elementary and primary students. That could be kindergarten to grade 5. Alexandra is doing one for English to physics majors. Natalie is doing one for law students. Alice is going to write a business English ebook for learners who have job experience, either pre-intermediate or advanced. She hasn't decided yet. I read it. Alenka is doing one for engineering, and mechatronics, and computer science. Tatiana is doing an economics ebook. Anna has an outline already, and her outline includes ebook for students who are preparing to take the IELTS, 21 plus, studying general English at upper intermediate level, or technology aimed at English language teachers. Oya wants to do one module style, targeting IT style meetings, and it's a business English course book. It would be for 2 levels, B1 and B2. And I think that's it. That's what we have. So hopefully you have seen a lot of different proposals that seem interesting, and you are excited about joining one of those proposals. Quickly, I do want to give you a couple of hints. So if you see something that you like, you can always, one of the things great about Google is you can always make a copy of something, or you can download something. When you plan on sharing something, so we're going to make a copy of this really quick because I just want to show you really quick a setting, how you make it to where it's not copyable either, if you want to change that. When you're doing things in a Google Doc, it's really great to start from there, especially for collaboration, because you have a lot of different options. And it'll be easier because if you're collaborating, you can later make copies, and some of the formats, the tools that you choose, are not going to let you make copies. So you want to make several copies of the same document, just in case. Okay, so when you go to share, you saw how I went to share, and my computer's taking a while. It does that because of the screen share. But when you go to that blue in the top right, share, it's going to give you a few options. So let's try this again, or not. But one of the things you want to do as one of the options if you want people to add comments, to be able to add comments to your document and provide feedback, you can do that, but you have to click on the setting, the right setting. So I'm going to go ahead and close some of these windows. It looks like my computer is just slowing down. So maybe if I close some of these windows, that won't happen. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to go to share. And right now it says only private to me, which means nobody else could see it. Okay, so we went to share. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so this is the options. Then I go to change. And I have to choose anyone with the link. And I have to change it here. Can comment. This doesn't mean they'll edit your document. So if we go to save, we have to make sure it says can comment. You can share the link this way, you can share it these other ways. You can even invite people. If you invite people, that means that they will be editors. They will be able to change it. So what this means is now when you share it with us, one thing that can happen is if we want to give you feedback, like we say, oh, you should probably capitalize the C. Well, in order to get that valuable feedback, that means that people can go here to insert comment, and I can say, I think you should capitalize this. Okay, so, and then I'll just keep the comment. It'll show on the side when you have the document. So that's very important if you want to get any feedback on your different assignments that you have. So thank you so much for joining us, and I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. This will be up right away, but I'll need some time to divide the different groups. So thank you.